President Emmerson Mnangagwa is on a charm offensive, luring war veterans into his confidence ahead of a potentially bruising ZANU-PF elective congress set for this October. Mnangagwa, who constitutionally cannot run for another presidential term, is faced with a dilemma which can only be cured or made worse at Congress. ZANU-PF takes to Congress, where it's expected to elect a presidential candidate for 2028 general elections, in which Mnangagwa will not take part in if laws are not changed. If ZANU-PF elects a new leader, Mnangagwa might end up being president of the country, while ZANU-PF will have a different leader. Insiders, however, say it is most unlikely a successor will be chosen at Congress, and therefore in preparation of the Congress, Mnangagwa was going all out to win unanimous endorsement as party leader.
I'm gravely concerned about the pertinent issues that continue to negatively affect our veterans, their children and the widows. The isolated cases which relate to the withdrawal of offer letters and permits, thereby grossly disadvantaging widows and the children of the war veterans of our liberation struggle, must be stopped. Those of us, whether veterans or war veterans or not, in the public service, we have such tendencies should be exposed and they face the full wrath of the law under the Revolutionary Party. The ongoing industrialization, modernization, and national development agenda of our motherland. I direct the Ministry of Veterans of the Liberation Struggle Affairs. The minister is here. Stand up. Minister, wait. Which deliberately established and the War Veterans Board to quicken the implementation of interventions towards addressing the challenges affecting this special addressing challenges affecting this special constituency. As the lead ministry and institution administering key legislative functions about our war veterans of the liberation struggle, you must be innovative, work harder, madam, and make strategic decisions to cater for the welfare and the concerns of these comrades.
Days before meeting the war veterans, Mnangagwa rearranged the musical chairs in his party's Politburo by swapping his long-time ally Patrick Chinamasa from Secretary of Treasury to Legal Affairs, a key post ahead of the internal ZANU-PF fights. Chinamasa, a leading figure in negotiating the power-sharing agreement between MDC and ZANU-PF in 2007, is a shrewd lawyer who has an eye of amending and tinkering with the constitution.
The President and First Secretary of the party, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, has made the following reassignments to the revolutionary ruling party's Politburo portfolios. And this is with immediate effect. 1. Comrade Advocate J.F. Mudenda has been reassigned to be the party's Treasurer General. He was formerly the party's Secretary for Legal Affairs. 2. Comrade M. Machacha has been reassigned to be the party's Secretary for the Commissariat. He was formerly the Revolutionary Party's principal of the Chitepo School of Ideology. 3. Comrade Patrick Chinamasa has been reassigned to be the party's Secretary for Legal Affairs. He was formerly the party's Treasurer General. 4. Comrade Dr. M.C. Bima, who was the party's secretary for the commissariat, remains a Politburo member.
As speculation around Mnangagwa's next move divides opinion and becomes subject of news reportage, opposition leader Lovemore Maduku added his voice, telling Zimbabweans to applaud Mnangagwa for stepping down at the end of his term.
And I think I'm happy now. The President Matala's constitutionalism, very happy to hear that the President says asked for the third term. And that is a very good thing. And so I think that is not a small thing. That keep talking about that, because I saw that he says, look, my journalist, third term, which is a good thing, that he doesn't like the third term. So don't put it up when you guys go.
War veterans who will vote for the first time at the ZANU-PF Congress also used their national conference to call for the closure of civic space, saying non-governmental organizations and the civic society were a threat to the rule of ZANU-PF and should therefore be closed out. Secretary of War Veterans in President Emmerson Mnangagwa's government said instead ZANU-PF must occupy the civic space.
The ZANU-PF constitution provides that our war veterans, ex-political prisoners, detainees and restrictees league protects the party and its leadership. We are committed to that, Comrade President. In that pursuit, we continue to conscientize the masses on the agenda of the West to undermine ZANU-PF and subvert our government. We have always done this so that the masses are aware of the machinations of the West. We also observe with concern similar effects by former colonizers to subvert governments that are led by former liberation movements in Southern Africa. Comrade President, we will remain vigilant to counter such machinations by the West and their surrogates. Your Excellency, we strongly support the ongoing process to enact the Private Voluntary Organization Amendment Bill, as it will go a long way to neutralize rogue NGOs. We recommend for the formation and resourcing of pro-ZANU-PF non-governmental organizations in order to counter rogue NGOs sponsored by the West. We are already in the process, Comrade President, to have our own NGO, possibly in 3 months' time or 2 months' time.
The question that lingers in the mind of many is if Zimbabweans will ever witness a democratic transition from one leader to another without tanks being rolled out on the streets. If those who pushed out the late President Robert Mugabe from power while brandishing the constitution will respect it.
This question has no answers for now, but one thing for sure, the ZANU-PF Congress will give the nation a glimpse of what the future holds. Wongaikawa on the political desk, reporting for HSTV News, Harare.